Hey guys, Jay here. Happy Monday. Well, it might be for you. I don't know about me. Anyway, I turned on the news this morning. See, this is why I don't like not going to work. Chad called me last night and said, hey, why don't you take tomorrow and just go fishing or something? So he said, we'll take care of yours until you get your leg fully healed. So I figured, you know what? That's a good idea. Water's supposed to be rough. And when it gets like that, you see the dolphins and stuff coming through, which forces the fish up against the banks. So, but anyway, on the news this morning, I seen a guy who was a serial shoplifter. So one of the clerks tried to stop him, and here he took a stolen can of lighter fluid, blew it all over the clerk, and lit him on fire. And this guy's not facing attempted murder charges or anything else. You tell me how the law works in this country anymore. I can't believe the way things are going. And I have to correct my numbers on the illegals that come in the country. It's almost 7 million that he left in. 1.5 million gotaways, so that's over 8 million. 151 on the terrorist watch list. Plus they got Chinese nationals coming in the country. Young ones, clean clothes, everything else. Which they said that President Xi from China is sending here. This guy's going to get us all killed. Why do you think he left that Chinese balloon fly the whole way over this country? Because he's in bed with China. He owes them. They got more shit on him than China has rice. I don't know. It's unbelievable. These politicians, I'll tell you what. It's going to come a day when we're getting up in another war. And it's not going to be a war between another country. It's going to end up in a war in this country. These people need to go. All they do, they want power, power, and more power. You're not going to take power over the American people. If you haven't seen, they go after the Second Amendment right all the time. You can't own this, you can't own that. Last thing I seen, they were trying to put on there that you're only allowed to have 2 beers a month or something. They're trying to control your washers, your dishwashers, your air conditioning, your ceiling fans, and everything else. Yeah, right. Like Jay's going to abide by that. But anyway, as my day started, I decided to go up to the dock and go fishing. While I'm walking down the dock, and down at the end it opens up. It's just a little wee dock. So I come in, and something caught my eye. There's a kid laying there on the floor. Like about 18, 20 years old. I say, hey, how you doing, bud? But he's just laying flat on his back. I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing? So I look like he's barely breathing, so I walked over and I smacked him on the arm. I said, hey, bud. I said, you all right? So he didn't move. So I rubbed my knuckles down his chest bone. I said, are you okay? Didn't move. Checked his pulse. Barely any pulse at all. So I called 911. So sheriff showed up, or one of the deputies. He come running down the dock, and he's looking at the guy, and he's like, man, he's a overdose. He said, I have no Narcan. He said, so he got on the mic, he's calling for backup and everything for Narcan, calling for an ambulance. I told him, I said, hey, bud, behind the left seat of my truck, there's a big fluorescent orange bag. I said, there's Narcan in there. Yes, I'm the junkyard on wheels. I carry Narcan, I carry more stuff than you ever want to know. I had Narcan in there. I have a Biggest first aid kit you ever find. I got a portable defibrillator. And on the other side of my truck is my roadside assistance stuff, in case somebody breaks down. But anyway, he ran up, grabbed the bag, brought it down, shot the Narcan up the kid's nose, and his eyes opened. Well, by that time, the ambulance got there. They come down, they loaded him up. And then the sergeant from the sheriff's department was there. And he said, I don't mean to ask you this. He said, but why do you have all that stuff? I said, to help people if they need help. I said, I used to fly from Stat Medevac. I said, I'm certified in CPR. He said, what about the defibrillator? I said, yes. I said, I'm sure the guy don't want me to pull out paperwork and show it to him and say, would you like me to use this on you? But he said, I'm not being smart. He said, I'm glad you had it. He said, because he didn't have any in his car. He said, probably saved his life. Plus, he knows me anyway. But I told him, I said, I just can't believe these kids will buy these pills off the street knowing what the hell is going on. And they found 2 pills in his pocket. And, anyway, they took him to the hospital, and I told the sheriff, I said, well, I'll stop at CVS and get more Narcan. I'll keep it in the bag. Which we're on my fishing trip today, besides. But like I said, you don't walk. I don't know if you guys ever felt like when you walk and look and think you see a dead body, how your body just goes numb. Then you just be pumped with adrenaline. That's the way I was. But I don't know. Anyway, as far as I know, he's still alive. They're supposed to call me later on, let me know how he's doing. But he does have a mom and dad. He was only 19 years old. Somehow he wandered up there and collapsed. So, but that shit needs to stop. These drugs flowing in this country. And this old asshole needs to get his head out of his ass and stop it. Him and that quackling fool vice president. I don't understand why they're letting this happen. One thing I heard that they're going to let, they plan on doing a mass thing to make all these people legal. Because Trump's already said when he comes in, if he gets elected, they're gone. So what they're hoping for is a bunch of Democratic voters, which is bullshit. They're destroying this country. Like I said, people died to have a sovereign country. World War I, World War II, like I said, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan. How many human lives, American lives, we had to lose for this asshole just to say we have no borders left? Let them all in. Like I said, that's sick. He's too old to be running this country. He don't even know what day it is. And that stupid bitch he got as a vice president, she don't deserve anything. They put her in there because she's black, and that's it. Now Gavin Newsom just put somebody into Dianne Feinstein's seat that don't even live in California. She lives in Maryland because she's the first black lesbian. Who the hell cares? Does that make you fit to take office? Because you're checking boxes, you morons. No, it don't matter to you if you get people killed or they can't afford to eat or anything else. As long as you check your boxes and check in with the LGBTQ and everybody else, you don't give a shit about the regular people. I don't know. But anyway, after we were done with that guy, I got out of there. I sat in my truck and I just wept for a minute because I couldn't believe that somebody would buy pills off the street knowing what the hell is going around. But at least he's alive. I think he's still alive. I don't know. I'm waiting a phone call to see if he is. But it's a shame. It's a 19-year-old kid does something like that. He got a whole life ahead of him. So, alright guys, so I'm going to get going. Love you all. God bless. Please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget the damn likey button, Betty. I'll see you on the flip side. Bye-bye.